Hello, everyone. This is Ben Dunn, founder of Antarctic Press, a small publishing company established in 1985. I'm also the creator of such comics as Ninja High School, Tomorrow Girl, Warrior Nun, the Marvel Mangaverse, Bikini Sentai G Rangers, and many, many others. So, yesterday, I did a podcast with my fellow comic book nerd, Terry Williams. We have a weekly podcast called Beyond the Bubble, which we talk about comics, pop culture, all things geek, So we're very innocuous, very non-threatening. We just like to talk about things, in a sort of a normie sort of way. But the subject of AI came up. Apparently, DC Comics has vowed not to use AI on its covers. Kudos to them. They've decided to make a business decision not to include it for whatever reason. I guess they got some sort of negative backlash. That would be the only reason that they would make that decision. Or maybe they just want to virtue signal and let everyone know, hey, none of our covers are going to be using AI, so buy our comics. They didn't mention whether they were not going to use AI in their interior artwork, so very strange to omit that. Yeah, I see. Well, that, got me thinking about all the things I've been reading on social media about how much people hate AI. I hate AI. Oh, screw those who people use AI. Well, I hate to break it to you, but reality doesn't care about your feelings. They don't care about, what you think about it. What do I mean by that, Ben? Ben, you say, what do you mean by that? Well, I have no objections to AI. I mean, honestly, I draw my own stuff, do my own thing, create my own, stories. I don't use AI for the creation of that, so it doesn't bother me one bit. But it does seem strange to me that people get so emotional about that. Who's really, why are they doing that? The thing is that a lot of people say, oh, they're stealing from artists. We can't allow that. Can't steal from artists. No. Well, I hate to break it to you, but artists have been stealing from each other since the advent of art. Whenever, how else are you going to learn? Is by doing it, by seeing what other people have done. You could do it yourself, sure, but eventually, there's going to come a time where you're going to say, oh, I like the way that guy did it. I'm going to steal it. Do we ever compensate those artists that we steal from? No. He says, man, that's different. When humans steal, it's okay. No problem. We understand that every single artist has a different style. Every single artist has a different way of doing things. Oh yeah, never mind that, we have artists, oh, he's a Jack Kirby clone, or he's a John Byrne clone, oh, he's a Neil Adams clone, or whatever. They're obviously, we like to euphemistically use the word inspired by, but let's take it, they're stealing. They're stealing their style. Now, people say, Ben, it's different when a machine does it. We can't allow that to happen because machines aren't human. Well, that reminded me of a Star Trek episode where Data was on trial for, wanting to be human. Just because, some technological factor enter the fray, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It's here. AI's here, and it's going to get better. It's going to get way, way better. The only thing about it is that since people say that it's stealing from artists, that's taking income away from them, and you shouldn't, take income away from them. Yeah, I mean, well, that's true. Yeah, I am against, taking income away from artists. Yeah, it's hell, I'm an artist. I would be, kind of upset, but sorry, I had a little break there. Anyway, to continue, I can create more. The thing about it is that people say, "Oh, it's stealing from other artists," but then I look at that and I say, "Well, what artists are they stealing from? Who name names? Tell me where this art is coming from. Who are they stealing the art from?" Okay, that seems to be the bone of contention. It's stealing from other artists. One way that could be done, I don't know if it can be. I'm not tech head, so I have no idea if this is even possible. But if there's a way for AI to identify the artist they're taking from, and notify that artist, says, "Hey, I'm borrowing a little bit. I'm borrowing your eyes for this particular piece." That maybe that might alleviate some of the hatred. Especially if there's a way that they can be compensated when they use bits of their artwork. I don't know how that would work, but if they were compensated, fairly compensated, then what's the big deal? I mean, it's just like, in fact, I could probably even see a art bank set up by AI for artists to contribute their work, and every time AI uses the artwork, they get paid. What's wrong with that? I mean, that might work. I don't know. Maybe, until we pass laws to make AI illegal, it's going to be there and it's going to get better. It's going to get improved. The thing is that, for some reason, the comics community, in general, seems to be opposed to AI because somehow it's not seen as real. Well, maybe. I mean, you're more than welcome to feel that way. The thing is, results are results. The vast majority of people, they don't care. Whether they get their comics or whatever, their entertainment by AI, doesn't matter to them. The only reason they would even know is people point it out. They just say, "Hey, that was generated by AI. Don't you care?" And most people say, "I don't care." I mean, that's just the fact of life. It's just the thing. That's just the way things are. The thing about it is that other countries, they don't care. You think China cares about AI affecting artists? No, they don't. You think the Chinese companies think, "Oh, wow, we should stop doing AI because it's stealing from artists"? Nah. They're trying to figure out ways to utilize it to their maximum advantage. That's the thing I'm a little worried about, because if we in the United States decide not to embrace the technology or at least control it, then we will be left behind. We will not be able to compete with other countries that do embrace AI. I mean, and it is coming. It is coming. The only reason people would be concerned about AI is if it affects them personally. If they're being lied to, being scammed by, or stealing from them through AI. I mean, and criminals are thinking ways of using AI to do that, to commit crimes, and it's unavoidable. It's going to happen. So the thing about it is that we should control it. We should absolutely be able to control it. So, to my colleagues out there who are hating on AI, I think your anger is misplaced. I think you really need to understand that the technology is only going to get better and better. I mean, the entertainment industry, they're embracing AI. The thing about it is that the writers are threatened by it and filmmakers are threatened by it, but they can't stop it. They can try, but they can't stop it, you know? So what do? Do you give up? You fight it? Of fighting a losing battle, or you control it. You control the thing you hate, because this way, at least you know what you're getting into. You know, I mean, the thing about it is that, you know, it seems like very odd to me that it's such, you know, when Photoshop first came out back in the late 80s, early 90s, you know, Antarctic Press was one of the beta testers. You know, we were, believe it or not, and we don't get any credit for it, we were one of the very first comic book companies to embrace computer coloring. You know, the thing about Photoshop back then, it was a memory hog. You know, memory was expensive back then. I mean, you know, we had to really pay through the nose to get any type of memory. And if we did anything on Photoshop, we couldn't do anything else, nothing else. And it would crash constantly because there just wasn't enough memory. You know, sometimes if we wanted to change from RGB to CMYK, we would start the process and go to lunch. It took that long for it to do that. You know, and it's just, but now, you know, we have phones that are more powerful than NASA had when they landed on the moon. You know, technology is changing quickly, you know, and the thing is that you can adapt or die. You know, that's that old phrase, adapt or die. You know, so I would say to you that you don't have to like AI. You know, hating on it isn't going to change anything. You know, it just makes you seem like you're behind. You know, it seems like you're not accepting of things that you have no control over. I mean, like I said, I may not, you know, necessarily like AI, but you cannot deny the results. You know, yeah, it's kind of wonky. Yeah, sure, it's not perfect, but it will be. Sooner or later, it will be, you know. And the thing about it is that, you know, how the public accepts it will be the main motivating factor. If most people, most of the population, the normies, as they say, you know, will accept AI, then there's very little we can do, you know, because the market will have spoken, and you cannot deny the market. You know, that's just the way things are. So I hate to hit you with a dose of reality, you know, be it as it may. If you like or didn't like what you heard, like, you know, subscribe. I still want your subscription. Please subscribe. I want your subscription, you know, because it helps me, you know. And also, this is my shill of the day. I have a campaign running on Indiegogo, Tomorrow Girl, Volume 3, Fight for Justice. It's the latest volume of the Tomorrow Girl Adventures. It's on Indiegogo because Kickstarter won't carry the campaign. I guess they have their reasons. And so it's exclusively on Indiegogo. The link will be below. So I hope you'll be a backer. Until next time, this is Ben Dunn signing off.
She's got long hair and a hero cape on. She's the kind of girl who fights till dawn. She's a superhero, she'll save the day. No one can mess with her, no one can sway. In the city of Quagmire, she's the talk of the town. Whenever there's trouble, she's always around. With her super strength and lightning speed, she fights for justice, fulfilling the need.